Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode. It's sort of funny the way life turns out sometimes. In the last episode, it was the final installment of my Cadillac CTSV. And I just dropped off the vehicle this morning to the new owner's home, visited their local enterprise so I could rent a vehicle to get back home. And this is what they gave me, a 2025 GMC Sierra. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Let me bring you in and show you guys around. Now, before we get to that, some of you may be thinking, no, the L87, you don't want that. That is true, but this does not have the L87. This has a 5.3. Now, if you don't know what the L87 is, there is a massive recall by GM right now. It's going to cost them over $1 billion because from 21 to 24 Escalade, Sierra, Silverado, they're truck engines, not the Corvette. The truck engines, they have a massive recall on them. And you can see the way that they're testing them and what they're doing in terms of replacing them and so forth. But ultimately, this does not have it. This has a 5.3 liter small block, 350 horse, plenty of power. This, I don't think you need anything more, to be quite honest. More power is always nice, but it all depends on how much more are you paying for that power. This has plenty of power. It's like 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. I drove this an hour back home on the highway. Man, this thing I could just take across the country. Like, it's that comfortable, that nice to drive. Now, some things I don't like about it. The biggest thing for me are the accelerator and the brake pedals. Meaning, on my vehicles, I can simply move my right foot and just brake and not hit the brake pedal. So on this vehicle, if I just try to brake, I need to lift and then come over because I keep hitting the right side of the brake pedal. Now, I am wearing running sneakers. It could be that, but nonetheless, that's very small because I'm just used to my cars. I'm sure within a day or two I would be perfectly acclimated to it, but nonetheless, that's one thing. Secondly, beautiful 13-inch touchscreen. Beautiful screen. I just like knobs. I don't want to be looking down, although this is a really big screen, and certainly after a few days I would be used to it, but I always like to keep my eyes on the road, and I don't want to be looking down, okay, am I changing this, am I doing that right, and da. I like just to have a knob and just memorize where the knob is and keep my eye on the road. That's just me, it's just a preference. Number 3, I did have trouble connecting my phone to the radio by Bluetooth. Now, that's probably because this is a rental. There's probably 50, 60 phones saved on this system. Or I could have just restarted my phone. It could have been my phone as well. But I was at the gas station, put some gas in it so I can get home, and I just wanted to get on the road. I didn't care about really bothering with it. And then the last thing, which I'm sure you can disengage, this drives me crazy, is start-stop. I hate start-stop. And I get it for, EPA guidelines and blah, blah, blah. If you can disengage it, I would disengage it. I just don't like it. I think it puts too much stress on the starter and the batteries, but nonetheless, this does have start-stop. But an absolute beautiful truck. I still, in my mind, I still remember the trucks that I grew up with in the 80s and the 90s, and even the early 2000s. They were garbage. They made it sound like a bomb going off in the cabin when you went over bumps. Build quality was crap, just not nice at all. Horrible in terms of handling, body roll. This thing is beautiful. This is a really nice truck. And it's funny, I was doing some research very quickly before I shot this video, and I came across an article from Car and Driver, and they were saying how the Ram is even nicer than this. I'm shocked, guys. Because this just drives so nice. But admittedly, I have old vehicles. Like the CTSV was 20 years old. My Acura is 19 years old. We had a Subaru that was 15 years old and 200,000 miles. So admittedly, I'm not used to these newer vehicles, but man, you know what, the way that this feels? The seats are so comfortable. The seating position is perfect. Everything is laid out very easy to read. And the padding here is nice. I just always put my elbow right here. And on some vehicles, it's a little hard. This is really supple and nice. This is the kind of vehicle I could drive across the country. Honestly, I could drive this thing for 10 hours straight and not be tired. That's the way it feels. This is honest to God, this is the first time in my life where I'm saying, you know what? I could totally take this and have this every day as a vehicle. This is a really nice truck. And the thing that's sort of crazy in my mind, my everyday vehicle, again, is an Acura TL. It's 19 years old, still runs excellent, but this is way roomier. Like the Acura is sort of small. It's not really a big cabin. This is very spacious. My son was with me on the ride to drop off the car. He had so much room over here. It's almost like, hey man, are you over there? It's like, it's that much room. Sort of reminds me in the early 2000s, my neighbor had a Hummer H2. And to me, it was just immense on how big that interior was. This feels sort of like that. It's like, it's really big, but the truck doesn't feel big. It doesn't feel big at all. And it brakes really nicely. I think my favorite thing about this truck is not only the gauge cluster, it's a beautiful gauge cluster, but the transmission. Just being a DIYer, and I like to work with my hands, this is a beautiful transmission. It shifts super nice. And I've driven some pretty new pickup trucks and SUVs, and they are nice, but there's something that the way that this truck feels is a very nice truck. I don't know what this costs. This is the SLT package. My guess is maybe 50 grand. I mean, it's a lot of money. But this, if you're looking to get a pickup truck that's new, you may want to check this out. Again, I can't, unfortunately, I'm not an expert in the sense that I've never driven a new Ram or an F-Series. I just wanted to share this with you guys because if you're someone like me, you're sort of not out of the loop, but you just don't think about these vehicles. And maybe there's some cars, like maybe you're a huge pickup person, but you don't know much about sedans or two-doors or convertibles. For me, it's pickups. They just never really did anything for me. You know, if I need to really haul anything, it's pretty rare. And if I do, to be quite honest, the Subaru that we had, that was almost like, that was a perfect Home Depot sleeper car. I remember putting plywood, I did flooring in my house. All the flooring I fit in the back of that car because it's a hatchback. And to be honest, if I ever really needed anything, like mulch, for example, I got 100 bags of mulch. I just had it delivered and paid $80. And forget it. I don't have to think about it. So pickup trucks really I never found a place for it. The reason why now I'm starting to think a little bit differently is because, wow, this is really spacious. The Acura is fantastic, like I said, but it's a small, it's 19 years old. And over time, cars have just gotten bigger and bigger. And it just feels really nice. It's a nice place to be. So I just hope you guys enjoyed that. Just wanted to share that with you. And thanks for watching.